I don't have the Tula light, which is the carrier that Hannah mentioned she's having difficulty with, but I did look it up, and from what I can tell, it's fairly similar to the Free to Grow. It's not the same, obviously, no two carriers are exactly the same, but this is the closest thing that I have, which is the Tula Free to Grow carrier, and I'm gonna go through putting this one on for you because I think you might find it similar. You mentioned that when you take it out of the bag, the light is the one that comes like in like a travel bag and all that. It looks really cool actually that they have it like as those zips within itself. You said it overwhelms you with all the straps and everything, and I think this has the same amount of straps. So hopefully this will help. But if you have any more specific questions, always feel free to ask, and I'll break down those specific things. So let's go into this type of carrier. Generally speaking, with carriers that are soft structured carriers, which is what this is called, there are two types of waistbands, and I actually don't think the names are very helpful. So they call them two different things. They either call them waterfall or apron waistbands, and I don't think either of those make any sense as descriptors. This is what's called a waterfall waistband, and it's because you see how it's got this waistband here. You take the waistband around your waist, and the main panel, they say waterfalls over it. I guess I can't think of a better name for it, but if you would have said waterfall waistband to me, I would have been like, I have no idea what that means until I saw someone describe it. So this, with it here, and it waterfalls over it, it's a waterfall waistband. As opposed to the Lark that you see me wearing, the Hope and Plum one, that is what's called an apron waistband because it goes flat down, which I can show another time if you want. I went ahead and put it around me, obviously. My husband usually wears this one, so I'm going to have to resize it. You want to put the buckle through the safety loop, and then listen for an audible click. That's really important. And then, of course, you tighten it to your waist size. And, you know, there's different places that you can put them on your body depending on the size of the baby. The Free to Grow can fit like 7 pounds to 45 pounds, I think. Also, you said the straps were bugging you, so let's talk about this. A lot of people don't know that you can just, you know, fold this up into itself to get rid of extra strap, and then it just, you know, doesn't bug you anymore. So that might be helpful as well. So anyway, with the baby, I happen to know that Hannah's baby's very young because her baby was born after my baby, right? So you want it right up under your bust for a baby that's the size of my baby and your baby. So we have this, we've prepared the carrier, tighten around my waist, I'm comfortable. It's right around here, just like right under my bust. The safety loop is used. I heard that audible click, and then we've got all this other stuff going on here. So there's a couple things you can do. Obviously, I've already like cleaned up these. This was again at my husband's size, so I'm gonna have to tighten things when it gets on me. But you might be like, why so many straps? This right here is the back clip, or you know, the H clip. This is why they call it like an H back. You'll be able to see it when it's on my back, but it creates the shape of an H as opposed to the other one, which is an X back. So there's two ways that you can put this on. You can either put it on like after you put the baby on, put it on over and then clip it on, or if you don't have the dexterity to reach behind yourself, because you'd have to like clip like that. If you don't have that dexterity, what you can do is you can pre-clip it, and they call it like t-shirt style. You put it on over both of you. You know what I mean? So that's an option to pre-clip it if you want, but I'm going to show you how to do it clipping it anyway. So I'm going to grab my tiny human and her emotional support Raspberry, and we're going to put her into the Free to Grow in the same way that you would probably put your baby into the light. Hi. Okay, so you're going to position the baby on your body and welcome the carrier between their legs, just like this, right? And you want to make sure that they are positioned at the center of your chest and that it is nice and in the bottom. We're going to adjust her legs and her knees later, but then I'm going to go ahead and put this strap over this shoulder and this strap over this shoulder, and then you can see that there's a lot of stuff to do. And this isn't secure or safe for walking around or anything like that, but it's okay for adjusting. She's in there and my shoulders are holding her up for now. So I'm going to reach around and I'm going to reach around and grab these two pieces that I was talking to you about before, and we're going to clip them. Okay, and it looks a little high on me right now, but that's because I haven't adjusted it, because again, this was set to my husband's size because he's the one who wore this last. So I'm going to tighten them. I'm not an H-back girly, so normally I don't wear these, but anyway, let's talk about tightening all of this here because it's way too loose. Like, look at all this gappage, you know, and she's like not firm in her stance. She's got a little bit of an M, but we can fix things, right? So the reason you want to take the slack out rather than just immediately tightening the sides is because if you just tighten the sides like this, like if I were to pull on this right now, rather than looping it around, you just smash the baby against you essentially. And then they don't have a nice comfortable, they're like, you know, up against you, and you don't want that. You want it to be nice and curvy. Like I said, you know, in previous videos, the curve changes throughout the size of the baby. Like a newborn has much more of a curve to them than a baby her size. She's chilling like a villain, having a great time. The panel width here is good. It's knee pit to knee pit, right? We don't want her legs overextended like this, and we also don't want them dangling straight down. So this is how the legs should look. Yeah, it's good. And that's pretty much it. I'm feeling like this is not as tight as it could be for me. I think it's like sliding down a little. So I'll tighten that just a smidge, but we're in good shape. So we're off to go.